I'm Chris from Lala, and I grew up in the Val. That's the San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles.
And I'm Dar. I grew up here in St. George, and Chris and I met online in 2018. We've been married since 2021.
And welcome to all of you, wherever you are, for the latest episode of our little podcast here. And
That's right.
we talked about a lot of things last week.
We did, and we're going to continue kind of doing updates. And I'm excited to update some people on things like the World Cup, our poll that we did a while ago with Star Wars, Star Trek.
Star Wars, Star Trek.
We're going to play a little trivia, little competition.
Uh-oh.
We'll see how that goes.
Yes, we will.
And then we've got a letter that we're hoping to give some good advice at the end.
Yeah, we're going to give a little advice from the past and the future.
That's right.
Back to the future.
That's right.
I did the whole future thing last week. And
You did.
because we talked a lot about the World Cup on July 4th before it happened.
That's
and then
true.
it happened.
That's true.
And, you know, I talked last week. I opened up my subjective hat for a second to talk about why America, I felt, was going to be subdued for the fourth, and really turned out to be that way. It's funny, we talked about the joy of the World Cup, and he who shall not be named, it turned out, got involved in the World Cup and
ruined the energy, ruined the flow. Like everybody had earned such.
Well,
I don't know.
It just, as far as the U.S. team was concerned, let's give Belgium some credit, but Belgium barely got past Senegal by scoring two very, very late goals and winning on penalty kicks. They hadn't, they were, as they stood, they were beatable. I thought they were beatable without Balogun. And then came the situation where you ended up creating an unneeded bulletin board material for Belgium. And basically where the rest of the world was cheering for Belgium, all the energy that was around the U.S. team as far as support, as far as positivity, was taken out the window. And I think that really did affect the players in the field.
I think the energy shifted. I think the team up to that point was earning everything on their own. Like they had been playing well. We had been cheering them on. And then suddenly, daddy gets involved and pulls in favors, and it just changed the whole dynamic of everything. Unfortunately.
It's funny. You made that comparison last week of, the cousins enjoying each other when the parents don't get along.
Yeah.
And how many times in situations like that did one of the parents come and say, "No, you can't talk to them"?
Yeah.
That's what happened, basically.
Yeah.
And then if the parent goes, "Okay, you can still play with them," the energy's out of the fun.
Yeah. Our parent is the toxic parent that needs therapy.
We have a toxic parent right now.
Yes, we do.
The world has a lot of toxic parents.
Yes.
And so, that said, the joy of the World Cup is still there.
You were talking about miracles. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You talked about 3 miracles that were needed.
So,
and they kept unraveling.
To review, miracle number 1 was England. This is for England, which still has all their energy. Thankfully, their prime minister has not gotten involved in the cup, and he's resigning anyway. Miracle number 1 was for them to beat Mexico in Mexico. And boy, Mexico put up a fight, but in what was an absolute marathon, one of the most amazing World Cup games.
It was amazing. I loved it.
England came out the favor. So miracle number 1.
Yeah.
I said miracle number 2 was for them in their next game to beat Brazil, but turns out Brazil was knocked out by Norway. So miracle number 2 in kind of a way. That said, Norway once again, in the future, you probably know the result of this, but they're playing early and just, it's not an easy game against Norway, but still, they're not playing Brazil. So then I said miracle number 3 would have to be Argentina. And Argentina came this close to not making it, to losing. So not quite there yet, but the bet was that if England was to get all these miracles and get to the final.
Yeah.
I say just get to the final. I would have to eat a bag of licorice.
Black licorice.
Black licorice.
Well, he hates licorice in general.
I hate licorice in general, but black licorice
is
like, I just hate it.
And watch a Jane Austen movie. Of my choosing.
And you've chosen a movie now.
I've chosen Emma, and it's the 2020 version. which has Miranda Hart, which I know
like-
you love Miranda.
I do.
And Bill Nye, who you love Bill Nye.
I do.
So I think you'll enjoy it despite the material.
I don't. Well, we'll see. You know, it's like saying, you know what? We put cheese on that black licorice, and we know you love cheese.
Yes, that's right. Look at the bright side.
And I've only had I've only had black licorice
When he had
once.
COVID.
I had COVID and lost my sense of
He
taste.
couldn't smell
It was
or taste.
fine.
Yeah.
It still was weird texture, but I was like, you know what? It's okay because I can't taste it.
Yeah.
So speaking of polls, we did do a Star Trek, Star Wars.
We did.
poll.
So a few weeks ago, we have on all of our social media, on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, we put this question. We wanted to know, all of our viewers, do you like Star Wars? Do you like Star Trek? Do you like both? We love both for different reasons. And one very detailed viewer said, okay, Star Wars 1 through 3, no. Originals, yes. The last 3, just okay. And then,
by the way, I kind of share that. I'm not so against the prequels.
You like them slightly more than this viewer, probably.
Yeah. The last 3, just okay. We can go on about what went wrong with the last 3. One was an incoherent thing. I'm one of those in the camp of I think Last Jedi was amazing.
Yeah.
And they just abandoned it because of trolls in the fan community. So, but
well, going on to Star Trek.
Yeah,
right?
Star Trek.
Then he said Next Gen. If I could get my sentences right, yes. Deep Space Nine, no. Voyager, no. Discovery, yes. And Strange New Worlds, yes. And I agree mostly with that. I know that you liked Voyager and Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine is some of the best
I didn't really
Trek
watch
ever
them.
made.
I mean, I've seen a few with you, but
So
I
I'm
love
disagreeing
Discovery, and we both love. I think maybe your favorite is Picard and Strange New World of the newest one.
Yes, it's one of my favorites. I mean, Next Gen, DS9 is just amazing. I love Strange New Worlds. It's coming back in a week.
Yeah,
I can't wait for that.
Well, but basically, then after that statement, they're like, ditto. He said it so well, that kind of thing. So I'm actually heartened and happy to hear that our audience is very open-minded, and they're more focused on quality than like a certain genre or a certain fandom. Does that make sense?
Right. And I think we ended up, it's kind of even basically.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Which is that's how we feel. I don't think it should be a versus. I mean, now you can't say they're the same. They're very different.
They're very different. Yes.
I
kind of liken it like Star Trek is more diplomacy. Everyone is doing what they do because they feel a calling or they have a special skill, and it's not really about the money. It's not, I mean, they can generate anything they need. Now, as opposed to Star Wars, it kind of feels like a junkyard. Everyone is just getting by, trying to make everything work. The rebellion, there's an undercurrent. So are you talking about your head and you're just trying to talk things through, or is it might and trying to unify and overthrow the horrible,
And to me, Star Trek
emperor.
is a fairy tale, a fantasy, so to speak. And Star Trek is more of a realistic, futuristic, what will we become situation. But there's reason to love both.
Of course. They're both adventurous. And
it's not just Star Wars versus Star Trek. I think all sci-fi fandom is too much of us versus them. It's kind of, they're trying to bring the polarized society into sci-fi. And Marvel, but I mean, it's not new. I mean, when I was a kid, it was Marvel versus DC. It's,
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go on record as I love Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, Firefly. Like, you just show it to me and I'll probably like it.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And it's okay. I mean, it's okay to be critical of certain things too.
Sure.
I mean, look, Star Trek, the Section 31 movie was, it was terrible.
It was not great. And I loved Andor. I mean,
Love
especially
Andor.
One Way Out and Andy Serkis's role. And how, like, how relevant it has been to this time that we're in right now. Anyway, there's so many good things to enjoy.
Yes.
So,
so
just
in
leave
any
it
case,
there.
we talked about Star Wars and Star Trek, and we talked about Jane Austen. When we come back, we're going to put each of us to the test.
Yes.
I mean, we put the test on Star Wars, and Dar, we put the test on Jane Austen.
Yes, a specific one, though.
A specific one.
Yes. Okay, so we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back.
Welcome back.
You can see we've shifted slightly. We are going to play a trivia game. So he's going to be asking me questions based on Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I'm going to be asking him questions based on Star Wars, and it does include The Mandalorian. And we're just going to keep track. So the first one to get 5 points wins.
Exactly.
Sound
I
good?
was originally going to ask you to name 6 Jane Austen. I'm sorry. I was going to look for 10
right.
Jane Austen novels,
Right.
and you'd have to pick them a la the British TV show, a game show called Tenable.
Tenable, yeah.
And it turns out there's only 6 Jane Austen novels.
Yeah.
So I was thrilled to
Yeah.
hear it's only 6 Jane Austen novels.
Just so there would be less that I could use against you, possibly,
Right.
if you lost a bet.
And well, right, and also, I know your own sister knows
Yes.
it much better than you do.
She really does.
So you're a little worried. You weren't, you're probably gonna be worried.
I could have named 4. I mean, I
Right.
rattled off, if I really thought about it, I could rattle off 4. I don't know if I could do all 6. So
Right.
thank you for not
So,
doing 10. Or
yeah.
yeah.
And that said, that means I have a lot. There's like what, 9 Star Wars movies, multiple TV shows. Not only is she not working off 6 Jane Austen novels, she's working off one.
That's true.
Pride
But
and Prejudice.
I don't have an encyclopedic memory the way you do. It's just not fair. So, plus then you add perimenopause in there, and I think this is
And I
fair.
have ADHD.
This is fair.
And I actually I have not taken my ADHD medication.
Oh, no.
This will be fun.
And now I find that out. Okay, do you want to go
Okay.
first, or do you want me to go
I
first?
think you should go first.
Okay.
I'll go first. You do the question.
Okay, so
Yes.
I will ask you the first
Okay.
question.
I'm
Okay.
thinking the first question. Here we go. Star Wars.
Oh, by the way, okay, never mind. Okay. Which actor returned as Emperor Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker?
Alex, that'd be Ian McDermott.
Yes! Good job. So we got to give you a point. Very good.
We want sound effects. Well, maybe damn. I don't know. But, pew, pew, pew. Okay.
Are you a stormtrooper now? Okay.
I always miss. Okay, your first Jane Austen question.
Okay.
From Pride and Prejudice only.
Okay.
What is the famous opening line of the novel? And I'm going to give you a hint. It concerns a single man in possession
Must be in want
of
of
a
a
good
wife.
fortune. Go ahead.
I
And
don't
if
know.
you're close, I'll let you
I
go.
don't know it verbatim though. Like it's something like everyone knows that every rich young man is in want of a wife. I'm slaughtering it. I know it's
You're
paraphrased.
very close. So
Half?
I think, well, we can't really do
Not
0.5.
really. No.
I'll tell you what. We will give you this point if you're close.
Okay.
This is the actual quote.
Okay.
It is a truth
Yes.
universally acknowledged. Okay, if you get the rest of it, I will give you the point.
No, I won't be able to get
You
the rest
started
of
to
it.
say it.
Maybe I can say
Okay.
it with you.
I will start again.
Meld.
It is a truth universally acknowledged
Acknowledged. Okay.
that a
Single man must be in want of a wife. Something like that.
in possession of a good fortune must be.
I don't think it's
in
close
want of
enough.
wife.
I don't think it's close enough. But thank you for trying. Thank you
I'll
for
tell
trying.
you what. It's the tiebreaker if we tie at the end. That you were close on one,
It's close
so I
enough.
won't give you those zeros.
Okay. Here's
So,
your question.
all right, here's
number
my next question.
Okay. All right.
First of 5 is the deal.
Gold Squadron
Mm-hmm.
primarily flew what type of starfighter?
Alex, they flew the Y-wing.
Yes. Excellent. Very good. That is your second.
Stay on target.
You are doing
Stay on
great. Great. Okay.
Okay. Your next question. I was about to give you the answer. This is going to be reversed. I was almost going to give you the answer, and you have to think of the question. It's going to be Jeopardy. Okay, here's the actual question.
Okay.
How many Bennett sisters are there?
Jane. There's 4. No.
There is
5.
5. No, you said 4. That was your first answer.
Okay. All right. Darn it. Because
Wow.
I forgot Katie. I forgot the
There's
2 at
5.
the end. Because Mary's in the middle and she's boring.
Right.
The first 2 are the ones that I like the most. The last 2, so yeah, there's
And
5.
Penny.
There's.
Oh.
Now you're thinking Hamilton.
That's Hamilton.
All right.
Okay.
I messed that one up.
So 2-0.
All right.
First to 5.
You're gonna win.
Now,
You're gonna win.
how many World Cup games have we seen where it's 2-0 lead and they lose? So, no, there actually have been many this year. Usually a team takes the lead. Anyway, give me the next question.
Moving on.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you're going to get this one.
How do you know? I mean, not.
I know.
Oh, you know. That's great.
Yes, I know the answer. How does Han Solo respond after Leia proclaims, "I love you" on Cloud City?
I know.
You're correct. Which was improvised. That line was improvised.
It was improvised. Harrison Ford improvised it.
Yes. 3
3
Look
to
at
nothing.
you. This is just you're
All
killing me,
these questions
Smalls.
are
You're
much-
killing me.
Okay. I asked you how many Bennett sisters are there.
There's
You
5.
said there's
I
5.
said 4. There's 5. Yes.
Who is the oldest sister?
Jane.
That's correct.
Finally. Finally, I get one.
Star is on the board.
And don't you say thanks for coming out. I hate that. Oh, that's funny.
Won't say it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, my turn.
All right.
It's going to be the comeback. Here we go.
Ooh. I might have to take my glasses off. Which planet is the home world of the Sith in The Rise of Skywalker?
Ooh. Bad planet.
Exegol.
Exegol.
I wouldn't have known
My first
that.
miss.
That was a
Okay.
tough one. To be fair, that was tough.
Yeah, it was. Okay. So I know all the answers to these because
I'm sure you do.
I'm looking on my.
Because you're looking at your phone.
Yeah, I am. What is the name of the estate that
Oh.
Mr. Darcy owns?
Oh my gosh. Everybody in the audience is like, duh. Pemberley.
That is correct.
Yay. Just took me a minute. Okay.
3-2, folks.
Good.
It's not over yet.
Okay.
I thought it was Downton Abbey, but no, it's not. Okay.
Which you also watched with me and you enjoyed.
I enjoyed Downton Abbey,
Yes,
but
exactly.
but once again, for example, isn't there a licorice I enjoy? No, it's not really licorice I enjoy.
Not really.
No.
I've tried.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What item did Sabine give to Bo-Katan Kryze, whom she deemed to be the rightful person to lead the Mandalorians against the Empire? I know you know this one.
Sabine, what item?
What item did she give?
That was the Dark Saber.
Yes, it was. Very good.
Uh-oh. It's match
The next
point coming up.
one. Yes.
Okay, so this is like a shootout in the World Cup. You need this,
Yes.
otherwise I can win.
Yes.
Okay. Why is the Bennett family estate Longbourn entailed away to Mr. Collins? Why?
Because Mr. Collins is their male heir. They don't have any boys in the family.
That
So,
is exactly right.
okay. And that's what sucked about that time period. Women had no rights.
It
They
did
had to
suck.
marry well.
As Jane Austen sucked. No.
Stop!
No.
Stop
no,
it!
I suck.
You,
no,
stop!
No, to each their own. And besides, I'm forced to watch Emma, and if England wins.
Yes, you
So it's
are.
like, I can't cheer against them. So it's like I'm cheering to watch Emma. And black licorice. In fact,
Okay,
Emma's not as bad as the black licorice. frankly.
Focus.
Oh, focus.
This
Hi.
is your
Yes.
game-winning
This is-
question.
okay, this is match. This is it.
Yes.
If I kick
Yes.
this in the goal, we win. All that stuff. you know.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Which order was implemented that would result in the end of the Jedi?
That would be Order 66.
I knew you knew that. Da, 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 da.
We won the
And
shootout.
he wins. Very good. Very
Okay.
good. Very good.
Okay. I will give you a bonus. You have no chance.
No,
It's
I
over.
can't win.
But
But
I will give you the bonus question.
Okay, gotcha.
Name 4 of the 6 Jane Austen books.
Okay, Emma.
Yes.
Pride and Prejudice. Sense and Sensibility. What's the other one? Persuasion.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay. And the other 2.
Womp, womp, womp.
There are 2 others. Of course, I'm not going to know it.
You'll
I
see
have
and
it
I'll
here.
know it. Shereen will,
okay.
Yeah, so.
The other 2 are Mansfield Park
Oh, yeah, of course. Mansfield Park. Yes.
and North Anger Abbey.
Gotcha. I need to watch.
They're the next door neighbors of Downton Abbey.
Clearly,
North
I
Anger.
need to watch
Is it
them
North
more.
Anger or North Anger?
I think
Abbey?
it's North Anger.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
And
Uh-huh.
you have a few extra. I have some few extra facts here. I got thanks to AI.
But sadly, we are out of time.
No.
We're out of time.
Okay, fine. I don't care about Jane Austen anyway.
We'll be right back.
And welcome back. In case you're just tuning in,
He's
this
very
is
proud
the
of his score. He was red. I was blue. He did very
Okay.
well.
Right. So, yeah.
Before we move on, I want to talk about my shirt. This is a Fleetwood Mac and Kenny Loggins shirt. I don't know if you can see it. Probably can't really.
There we go.
But it says $7.50 for tickets at the time. It was in, what is it, 7 p.m., 1977 maybe?
Don't get me started on inflation. I'm wearing Back to the Future shirt, clearly, because it's certainly been on Back to the Future kick lately.
Yeah.
You're in the future. I'm back here. Yeah. Fun fact, by the way, about Kenny Loggins, Fleetwood Mac. I just learned this today. What? That Linda Ronstadt, it's one of those facts that you all probably know. Linda Ronstadt helped start the Eagles, but where did Linda Ronstadt basically bring together the Eagles for the first time?
It was, there was another singer that was living in an apartment nearby.
Yes.
Yeah. And I can't think of his name.
Okay.
Glenn Frey. No.
Glenn Frey lived with Don Henley.
Don Henley. Okay, that's
and
Eagles.
Linda Ronstadt was going to play grad night at Disneyland, which is another Southern California thing. If you grew up in Southern California, just about every high school has their grad night celebration at Disneyland. I did. Everybody did. I think everyone still does. So Linda Ronstadt was playing grad night, and she didn't have a band, so she didn't know Glenn Frey and Don Henley and the rest of them. She just was hiring a band and put out like a feeler. And actually, it was first Don Henley who responded, and he was a drummer who could sing, and said, "Hey, my roommate's pretty good too. His name's Glenn Frey." And then they got the other people, and so the backing band for Linda Ronstadt at grad night in the early 70s was what was going to become the Eagles, and the rest of them just said, "Hey, we're a pretty good band ourselves," and the rest is history. Yeah. So there you go, 70s music trivia.
Yeah.
Coming up on Casey Kasem. Okay. So let's talk about what we're into this week.
Yeah, this week, we're still watching more James Burrows things. I'm kind of fixated on Cheers at the moment.
We really are. We're just starting from the beginning, and we're still in season 1.
We've been watching a couple episodes every day, just kind of catch. And I think as an adult, seeing the chemistry that they have, you're just like, oh yeah, they had something. This was lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, once again, it's like when you watch, it's like watching Bugs Bunny cartoons when you're an adult. Watching this as an adult, there's certain things that, okay, I get now as an adult. Number one. Number two, even things I noticed, I never, ever noticed in Cheers. We all know that they yell Norm when they walk in. I never realized that Diane, Shelley Long's character, says Norman.
Very proper.
Very proper.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
So something to listen to. I mean, I don't know if it continues in season 2 and 3 and beyond, but it's always there, at least in the first season. Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
Well, and then you and I were looking through the Emmy nominations today. There's so many good actors, actresses, shows. The one that made me really happy was Leanne Morgan. I don't think it was her. I think it was her editing. I thought it was editing.
It's technical.
But the fact that she is nominated after season 1 and she's not really an actress.
We love Leanne. That's a show we love. If you haven't seen Leanne on Netflix, in fact, season 2 is going to be in August, so you have time to watch the first season. Yeah. It's, gosh, I half wonder if James Burrows did we see his name in there?
I don't think he was.
I mean, it's kind of a return to the 1980s sitcom, but it's well done.
It's so well cast too.
Great
Everybody is just really well. The other one that made me really happy is to see how many nominations from The Pit, because I mean, even when we were watching the first season of The Pit, let alone the second, Noah Wyle, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's a tour de force. Like he deserves whatever nominations he gets. So, Only Murders in the Building, another favorite of ours.
Now we've always had this gripe, and I think he has many nominations.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
But The Bear is always named in Best Comedy.
It's not a comedy.
It's not. I mean,
it's a drama.
It's funny. Yeah, it's a drama. Now, we know Shrinking, which also got nominated for Best
Shrinking.
Comedy. We love it.
Yeah.
I could buy that being a dramedy or a partial comedy.
Yeah, it's a little funnier. It's still serious, but...
But The Bear is nothing. Yeah. It's a very serious show. Yeah. It's not...
I'm going to ask a question, though, too. I believe that there are so many people from Shrinking that do deserve nominations. I loved seeing Michael J. Fox on there, but I wanted to see more of him. But he has been nominated.
But he has been nominated. Yeah. And so is Harrison Ford, who I please, this is for corrections. He's definitely never won an Oscar. He's only been nominated once for Witness. I think he's got an honorary Oscar.
He's amazing in Shrinking.
I don't think he's ever won an Emmy or anything.
not.
So I don't think he's ever won. He's gotten a Golden Globe. I don't think he's ever won an actual. He's in terms of an EGOT, he has no letters.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of cool. But the categories so it might be a sentimental thing. And also, I think in that category is Rob Reiner for The Bear.
Yeah.
So,
well, and
sentimental.
we just saw him on a Larry David show where he plays George Washington.
It's also you're giving Netflix a lot of plug today.
Yeah.
But it's Larry David's basically doing American history.
In the Larry David way, very sarcastic.
And there's the second episode. It's basically Rob Reiner playing George Washington, his last role, basically.
Yeah.
Talking about how a president would never, do crazy things. He kind of lists things that we're dealing with right now.
Yeah, it's just refreshing. It's retelling of history,
it's
but
hilarious.
With
it's
today's kind of tongue-in-cheek humor. So, but we also started watching the second season of Airbender and
Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live-action version.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, and especially if you loved the animated series, which I do, you never watch the animated, but you're loving this anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they're nailing it, and I think they're nailing it even better in the second season than they did in the first season. It's you see some characters arrive. Obviously, the second season, we're dealing with Solzhen's Comet. Really, the second and the last seasons are my favorite seasons. So. So far, they're nailing it.
I love watching it with you because you're like, they nailed this. Like, there's certain things in the cartoon that they're recreating, and you're like, this is it. This is exactly what it looks like.
And we're halfway through the season. Of course, you can watch the whole thing in one night. And that's I have a thing about that basically you can
binge.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to binge. It's like Stranger Things. It's cool you can do it in one night.
Yeah.
But there's also that element that was always cool about having to wait a week to see what happens.
Yeah.
And you kind of lose that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one thing I kind of like. Well, The Pit is week to week.
That's true.
And you kind of left wanting, and also gives you something to look forward to the next Thursday, like what is going to happen on The Pit.
There's pluses to both, really.
There's pluses to both.
Yeah, totally.
So we haven't completely lost the week to week, what's going to happen thing yet. I mean, well, we kind of have in some ways. Of course, for me, that summer, this is when we didn't really have the internet. That summer of, Star Trek Next Generation to be continued, Resistance is futile, and then Fade to Black. And we spent the whole summer speculating, is Patrick Stewart leading the show? Once again, no internet, so we couldn't really who's spoiling this?
Yeah, we couldn't investigate, really.
We couldn't investigate. So it was like you had to literally wait all summer.
Yeah.
It actually kind of, for a lot of kids, it ruined that summer.
Well,
because it was like, that's all you could think about.
I remember in high school, Thursday nights were my jam. I loved Thursday night TV.
Yeah.
And if you couldn't see it on Thursday, there was not a rerun. There was no way to see it again unless now that it's online, you can, but.
Or, you had we talked about this before, where I had a VCR.
VCR,
you can only set one show.
Or a TiVo when you finally got digital recorders, right?
But the thing is, Thursday night, not only was it must-see TV on NBC, but in Los Angeles, I don't think it was the case the rest of the country or in Utah. Thursday night was also the night that KCOP Channel 13 in LA put on the Star Trek shows. So there was Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, then Voyager. So it was like, that was also Thursday night. Yeah. So it was like to be continued, that was, but as far as the Emmy is concerned, the other thing is speaking of Netflix, you'll see Netflix in the Oscars nominating a movie.
Yeah. We've talked about this before. It's like, it's all kind of converging into how do we decide what is an Oscar, what's an Emmy?
And the movie that we enjoyed, Sally Field was nominated.
The octopus one. I can't remember. Especially creatures.
Yeah, special creatures.
Intelligent creatures. Remarkably something creatures. This is how our brain is working. It gets nominated
for Best Movie on TV.
Yeah.
But other Netflix movies get nominated for Best Film in the Oscars.
Right.
We both think, just like the Golden Globes do it, which I think is great. It's one night. And by the way, the Golden Globes do the best award show ultimately because they really keep it all. Just give us the awards. We don't need freaking dance numbers. Just give it. Who won? But they do TV and film in the one show. They should really, at this point, the Emmys and Oscars should merge. it's really at
It's
the
getting
point.
to that point. Yeah.
You know,
You can't really
it should be one
delineate between
thing.
them.
Because it just,
Yeah.
so.
All
Speaking of
right.
merging, we're going to merge into a little break
Little
and
break.
we'll be back. And we're back, and we are going into a segment we introduced in the first show. We're going
My 2 cents.
My 2 cents, which is advice.
Or our 2 cents, I guess.
Our
really.
2 cents. We're going to try to advise a advice column from yesteryear.
Yes.
Um,
This letter I pulled from the Dear Abby archives.
and once again, we are not trained in anything,
No.
psychology,
No.
but we're just, this is our advice we would give, and it might help you.
Well, and it's Gen X advice where it's like you're raising kids, or they're basically adult kids now, but we're also caring for parents that are maybe aging, and that's kind of what this letter is about. It's titled "Elderly Father is Keen to Hit the Open Road." Okay. And Chris has not heard this.
I've not heard this.
Seen
I deliberately try not to hear these so that I can. You have to because you read the script.
Yeah, because I chose it.
I deliberately try. I'd rather just give the advice straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read the letter, and then you can be first. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Abby, at 82, my father continues to live alone and unassisted. He's generally in good health, but is starting to recognize that he won't be forever. One thing he really wants to do while he still can, or thinks he can, is to take a road trip by himself to visit his sister on the other side of the country. He regularly does shorter drives, 2 to 3 hours, and figures if he takes his time, he can make the 2,000-mile journey by doing many short stretches over a few days. I think it is a colossally bad idea. He is underestimating the fatigue he's going to experience after a long day of driving and is forgetting how much extra energy it takes to navigate in an unfamiliar place. I'm worried he's going to get into an accident or get lost. After telling him all that and that he's got better options, I offered to pay for a plane ticket, but he doesn't like the idea of trying to navigate an airport, which makes no sense to me compared to driving, or trying to drive an unfamiliar rental car when he arrives. I've suggested going with him, but he wants to stay for a long visit, and there isn't room for me at my aunt's. Dad has got his mind set on this trip, and I'm worried that he's going to leave without telling anyone he's going. If I can't reason with him, what can I do? We don't live close to each other, and I don't have any right to take his keys, but this is nuts, right? Signed, Sees a Disaster in Ohio.
Interesting. So this was probably, number one, a couple of things on this.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
This is obviously probably from Dear Abby when we didn't have GPS, and I used to use
Thomas
it
Guide.
makes more sense. Now,
Yeah.
Google will tell you to go. So I think navigation's out the window. But number one, no elderly person's the same. There, case in point, my own father is, not in the best of health, struggling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And other people get dementia.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know, like my uncle, there's other 80 plus year olds who are super fit,
Yeah.
So you can't, I would say to Seize a Disaster, which is a great name. Number one, I would say, how is your dad? Does he know things? Does he's already traveling 2 to 3 hours.
Well, at the beginning of the letter, she's basically, or this person is saying he lives alone, he's capable, he drives 2 to 3 hours. All signs point to he's okay.
All signs point to he's okay. That said, and this brought to mind, a couple years ago, I covered, it happened, you might recall this, at the
Port of Entry.
The Port of Entry here in Utah, where basically Arizona crosses from the gorge into the state. Officers ended up having to shoot and kill a man who was swerving around and going in weird directions at the port of call. And it turned out that he was on a elderly man on a long trip from Arizona to go see family in Washington. And he had memory issues, and he didn't know where he was going, where he was.
Well, and it's still unclear, was it really dementia, or was he turned around? Was he lost? There's still a lot that we don't know. And
basically what ended up happening, I ended up seeing the video, and I was the one to exclusively get this. He had acted like the officers were just people trying to hurt him, and then raise his weapon at them, and the officers had no choice in that case.
Did he have a weapon, though, for sure?
Yes.
They did, okay.
So
It's just unfortunate.
But I guess one point is, I remember doing a story going, boy, they should have had somebody with them. There are situations, yes, there should be somebody with them. Okay, you can't stay at your aunt's, then find a local hotel. That's my thought. If you're that worried. That said, I think in this case, I'm only judging by what they say. He's probably pretty coherent if he's doing 2 or 3 hours.
And that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I feel like if he wants to do it and there's no other sign of dementia, there's no sign he's been getting lost, I would say it's up to him. He's an adult. If he feels like this needs to be his last hurrah, I would say, Dad, please, here's how you use your WhatsApp, or here's how you drop a pin, or I'm going to send an Apple AirTag with you.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know where you are. If you do get turned around, I'll have a location. Like you were saying, technology can help us. Like GPS can help us.
Absolutely.
I feel like if you've already offered, hey, I'll fly you out. No, I don't want it. I want to drive. Let him do what he wants to do.
Right. I agree.
Knowing that he now knows all the risks because you explained it, and he still has the right to make a decision for himself.
Yeah, it's funny because sometimes, and we talked, I think last week, about people our age now becoming caregivers and things like that.
Yeah.
Is sometimes it feels like when dealing with our parents, we're dealing with it's like dealing with a teenager again. It's like dealing with a kid. And you should know full well that if you tell a kid, don't touch the cookie jar, without telling them why they shouldn't touch the cookie jar, they're going to go after the cookie jar.
And I'm going to say it's probably just as much frustrating as for them because they're not able to do things they used to always do. And he's probably feeling insecure without him being told, I mean, hey, the jig is up. You know that I don't, I'm not as capable as you, thanks for reminding me that I'm not as capable, that kind of thing.
I'm curious how she approached him.
Yeah.
Because if she approached him.
We're assuming it's a she. We don't know.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. But was it approaching like, you shouldn't do this? Once again, this goes back to how you talk to a kid.
Yeah.
Or I think the way to approach this would be, I hear you, Dad. I know this is what you want to do. Would it be okay if I drove with you? I really want to see my aunt too.
Yeah. Or I would like you to consider, could I come along?
Yeah. Then probably they feel that, okay, come along. They say there's no place. Well, you know what? I'd like to stay in my own hotel and you have fun with Aunt.
Hey, there's a museum nearby that I've always wanted to go. How about I stay in a motel, you stay with Auntie, and we'll stay for 2 weeks? Or
this goes for dealing with an elderly parent and goes for dealing with a teenage child, frankly. If you, rather than telling them no, either, give the reasons why or steer them to the way you want them to go.
Well, and honestly, unless she has power of attorney, it's not up to her.
It's not up to her.
So really, I think you show grace and you're like, hey, if your mind's made up, I hope you have a great time.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it's kind of one of those, you just got to trust that he'll be okay.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say.
In the meantime, we'd love to hear what you have to say, whether it's in the comments on YouTube, or you can reach out to us in other ways, whether it's if you have your own thoughts on dealing with the advice, dealing with an elderly parent, you have opinions on the Emmys, on Cheers, on everything else. Or you want to do a little Star Wars trivia, or
that would be really fun.
That'd be great. Or a little.
Yes, he's happy. He likes that score.
But speaking of numbers, the way you can reach us, you can call us. It's set up. We are answering 24 hours a day.
It's just a voicemail inbox.
It's a voicemail. It stars voice, but she's not actually sitting there.
No.
We have other things to do.
But it may be used in future episodes if we like it, right? So
call us 435-990-5824. It's 435-990-5824. Or you can email us
at fromlalatoutah@gmail.com. And share your thoughts, ask questions. We're always excited to hear from people, and comment on our YouTube too. Like, comment on things. I'm learning new things all the time.
By the way, and it's cliche, but it's true. Like and subscribe if you are on YouTube.
Please like and subscribe. It really helps us continue to be able to make episodes.
It's kind of become the new pledge drive. Like, it used to be like, please give for this wonderful programming, like Big Bird and Mr.
Yes.
Now it's like, please like and subscribe. But truly, please like and subscribe.
Every little bit helps.
And we are supported by generous viewers like you.
That's right.
Thank you.
And we hope you have a great week. Thanks for spending your time with us.
Take care. Have a great week.